Well, here I am in the wild. It's almost like I'm in the Amazon because I'm in Brazil, and what's quite beautiful about Sao Paulo, but in general in Brazil, I think, is how nature we sort of build and do construct the built environment to embrace nature. And a lot of countries and cultures talk about this, but generally, if you think about modernism and the history of humanity, 10,000 years of humanity, we've always opposed nature. So, for example, if you think of the perfect cube doesn't exist in nature. A straight line doesn't exist in nature. So it's like we're fighting nature all the time. So on one hand, we build structures to sort of protect ourselves from the tumultuousness of nature, because nature isn't always beautiful by any means. It's dystopic, it's destructive. Right? It's how can I say? Yeah, we end our lives because of nature. We are nature. So with that said, spending so much time sort of fighting nature rather than embracing it and working with it. And I'm not talking about working with it just by forms or even materials, but more of a symbiosis of responsibility, which is a time that we really need to think about.
So, as we become, let's say, more responsible and considerate, I think let's talk about the future of design, where we need to go. In the 1980s, there was so much emphasis, in late 80s, on designing things that were, let's say, animated or had character or had meaning. And every space, every object had to sort of stand out and be loud and communicate. But with that said, we got so interested in sort of the aesthetics that we started to lose track of the function. And I think function is critical, right? That we need to have less but better. What does better mean? Better means that things really work now, that they are seamless with daily experience, seamless with everyday life. If I design a kitchen or a company produces a kitchen, it has to work perfectly with our ergonomics, with our anthropometrics. Things have to kind of just work and be at ease. You know, Apple once said plug and play 22 years ago. Everything around us should be like plug and play, right? Where everything, a door handle feels great when you open a door, the weight of something. You design a chair, it should be the most comfortable chair in the world, or it doesn't need to exist because we keep producing and doing over and over the same mistakes. No more mistakes, right? That's it.
So we're at a crisis now in the world because we have 8 billion people. So apparently we need 1.88 worlds for these 8 billion people to survive. So we have to be much more responsible, I think. We have to really consider what we're doing with the earth. And secondly, we're making a big shift out of fossil fuels, which is fantastic. Even polymers are changing, so I'm very excited about all kinds of new polymers and a new way of shaping the world. Natural materials, the use of natural materials, but most importantly, no toxins. No chemicals in everything, from furnishings to our cosmetics, even down to your makeup. The amount of toxins in the world are cancerogenic and really, really killing us. So we have to become a little bit more one with nature. But one with nature doesn't mean that everything has to look so natural. It can be glass, it can be architectonic, it can be strong and beautiful and powerful, it can be colorful. We can make statements of all sorts. We can find new languages. So don't think because we use the word nature that we have to succumb to greens and browns and beiges and stone and wood and glass. It's a lot we can do.